Hi everyone, welcome to Module 5. We now move on to financial statements, both fund financial statements and government-wide financial statements. This area is a little unique in governmental accounting. This will prepare you for your homework assignments as well as your FP1 project. This is the posting rubric for our class. Remember, you should post your initial posting by Thursday at the latest. Early postings are always appreciated. Then you have from Thursday to Sunday evening to comment on at least 2 classmate postings. Hey, I hope you're enjoying our textbook. I'd love to hear what you think about it. Hey, the topic this week is all about financial statements. In Chapter 13, we talk about the basic financial statements and required supplemental information. Chapter 14, the government-wide statements, and then Chapter 15, the CAPR report. In governmental financial reporting, we have 3 general areas: management's discussion and analysis, MD&A. Secondly, other required supplementary information, or RSI. And then finally, the basic financial statements. In the basic financial statements for a government, we dive down into first, the generation is a different process. First, the fund financial statements actually lead us through the worksheet adjustments to the government-wide financial statements and then to the notes to the financial statements. Note the detail level on the bottom, summary to detail. On page 512 in your textbook, it gives you a good overview of all the various fund financial statements and then the government-wide statements and notes. You'll have some difficulty with this in your FP1 project, but please make sure you take a stab at generating the statements. You may get a few points off, but overall you'll do fine. Well, I know that you likely can't read the text on this page, but note it's in textbook page 552. It shows us how we use a worksheet to go from governmental fund statements to government-wide financial statements. There's lots of good information here. Page 552. Okay, real quickly, this slide as well, page 554 of your textbook, gives you a good comparison of the activities reported by the government and which ones are reported in the fund statements and which ones are in the overall government-wide. This should help you with your discussion. Okay, moving on to Chapter 15, page 605, we now talk about the CAFR, the Comprehensive Annual Financial Report. This slide here gives you a listing of the requirements found from GASB and other organizations that are what's required to be in the CAFR report. Okay, Chapter 15, page 606. This is known as the statistical section of the CAFR. This is a little unique to governments. Chapter 15, page 607, we now dive into the auditor's report, similar to private sector company reports, but a little unique in the wording for government agencies. One last area to discuss here on page 609, illustration 15-3, we get into the areas of major and non-major funds, so it's important to understand these relationships in the financial statements. We have lots of helpful graphics in this chapter. The last one, which is illustration 15-9, shows you the preparation funnel versus the reporting pyramid. Take a look at this graphic. I know it's hard to read here, but look at it in your textbook. It's very helpful. Okay, now it's time for you to find and then report back in Blackboard the findings of your government. And so in this case, you're reporting on the various aspects of the financial reporting. Don't forget to leave a link to the areas pertinent to your selected government. All right, so in your discussion posting, what we'd like you to do is to compare the fund financial statements to the government-wide financial statements for your selected government. And note, what did you find noteworthy about the government that you selected? What new information did you find in the government-wide financial statements? When responding to classmates, make sure you make a comparison of your government to their government on the topics of this week. Remember to also try to tie it back to the material in the textbook or in other sources.